It's easy to blame people for their flaws, but what if I told you it's not entirely their fault? Their behaviour isn't just who they are, it's the result of how they were shaped. And while they're not to blame for how they turned out, they are responsible for who they choose to become next. We've all met people who are difficult, toxic, or just plain negative. It's frustrating, but here's something we often forget. People aren't born that way. They are shaped by their experiences, their environment, and their conditioning. And while it's easy to judge, there's a deeper truth here. Think about someone like Mike Tyson. His early life was chaotic, filled with violence and survival. That conditioning shaped the man he became. But later, with the right support and self-work, he changed because transformation is possible when the right frameworks replace the old ones. So, here's the truth. People can't be blamed for how they were shaped, but they are responsible for breaking the cycle. What if, instead of writing people off, we looked at them through the lens of potential instead of problems? She didn't wake up one day and decide to be this way. Her behaviour is a result of years of conditioning, repeated patterns and responses she learned over time. She's not to blame for how she turned out, but she is responsible for what she does next. The power of conditioning. People develop based on what they experience and see modelled for them. Without alternative frameworks, they continue operating the only way they know. Many people aren't even aware that their behaviours are problematic. They just think it's normal. Why judgment alone doesn't work? Calling someone out doesn't teach them a better way. It just reinforces shame and defensiveness. Most people don't change because they're judged. They change when they see a better way forward. The real solution? Providing a pathway for growth. Support figures matter. Growth requires exposure to new ways of thinking. Time and space. Development doesn't happen overnight, but with the right guidance, transformation is possible. New frameworks replace old ones. People don't just stop bad behaviour. They replace it with something better. How to offer growth with grace. Instead of blaming, ask what could have shaped them to be this way. If they're open to change, show them how rather than just pointing out what's wrong. Recognize that transformation is a journey, not an instant switch. What if the person you're frustrated with isn't choosing to be difficult? What if they just don't know a better way? Would you offer them a path forward? Drop a comment. Have you ever seen someone transform once they had the right support? Let's talk about it. Take care. Talk soon.